Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the December 3rd River Falls Planning Commission meeting. First thing we'll do is stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
Holtkamp,
Here.
Gormanson,
Here.
Moody,
Here.
Odine, Prendergast,
Here.
Woolsey.
Here.
Okay, next we'll have the approval of the minutes from the November 6th Planning Commission meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
First and second, any questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next will be public comments. If there's anybody in the audience has anything like to come on up and talk about, now would be the time. Otherwise, we will move on to ordinance resolutions. This is the ordinance regarding the annexation of 212 Paulson Road. It is numbers 040109110065 and 040109380100. Change for future land use classification from UAB-Medium Density Residential to HDR, which is High Density Residential. An application of a zoning classification of R3 Multiple Family High Density Residence District to the subject properties. And I will take a motion on this.
So moved. Second.
Okay, first and second, questions? Oh, I'm sorry, Emily's just ignoring her. I'll go on, do my thing.
Changing the order of things.
Yes.
So, what the heck?
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Emily.
You can do it
Please.
quickly, but I'll let you know what it is you are moving. So,
Jeez, I got ahead of myself.
I'm Emily Shively. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Development. This item is an annexation petition. Change in future land use and proposed rezoning for the Jensen property at 212 Paulson Road. So an annexation petition is a request from a landowner to become part of the City of River Falls. The Plan Commission's roles in annexations is to provide a recommendation to City Council on the land use and zoning aspects of the proposed annexation, to confirm that the proposed annexation is contiguous to the city boundary and recommend a zoning classification that is consistent with a comprehensive plan, and also with the areas around it, should it be annexed to the city. So the Plan Commission is not reviewing any specific development proposals for the area at this time. If annexation is approved, those applications will come later. So a unanimous petition requesting annexation from the town of Troy to the City of River Falls has been submitted by Joseph Casey on behalf of the Jeanette Jensen Estate in collaboration with South Metro Centers for 2 parcels totaling approximately 26.82 acres adjacent to Paulson Road near Radio Road. The site is separated into about 3 potentially developable areas by these steep slopes that kind of cross the site here. So there's one area here that could be accessed from Paulson Road or Anchor Avenue through the Thompson Heights development. And then this area where the existing single family home is on Paulson Road. At some future date, there is this large area on the top of the hill that could be developed, but it's really hard to get water and sewer to that location. So it likely wouldn't develop in its final form until utilities might be available from the south. So if the Kilcarney Golf Course were to ever develop, then something more could happen on that hilltop. So again, the details of the development are not being reviewed at this time, but it's helpful to understand the type of development that might be proposed as we evaluate the land use and infrastructure in the area. The city code lists items that should be considered when an annexation petition is received. Is the location contiguous to city boundary? Is the current or proposed use of the area compatible with adjacent land uses? If the area is annexed to the city, we apply a zoning district, and then in determining which zoning district is most appropriate, we look at the comprehensive plan. So for the first annexation consideration, this image shows that the proposed annexation area is contiguous to the city boundary along the north on Paulson Road, along the west of the Thompson Heights neighborhood, and even here kind of on the southeast by Rush River Brewing and the Whitetail Ridge Corporate Park. So for the second consideration, we look at adjacent land uses, and the parcels adjacent are residential, Thompson Heights neighborhood. This area up here is proposed to be residential. This is currently light industrial, as is this area here. And then we have the golf course to the south. And so with those uses, residential development is anticipated to be compatible with those. The comprehensive plan future land use map designates this area for medium density. The developer is proposing high density residential development, clustering the multifamily buildings near Paulson Road due to those steep slopes. So changing the future land use classification to high density residential would allow for the efficient use of the developable land and efficient use of public water and sewer utilities while conserving the sloped area as open space. So the corresponding zoning district to that future land use classification is R3, multiple family high density residence district. That's the same zoning district as the Thompson Heights and the current developments to the west. Application of that zoning district would allow for the development of a single family home at the top of the hill as an interim use, and that could temporarily be served by well and septic until utilities are available from the south. And then it would also allow for the multifamily to be developed near Paulson Road. So in summary, the proposed annexation area is contiguous with city boundaries. A change in the future land use classification from medium density to high density is compatible with the surrounding area and will allow for efficient development of the property. A corresponding zoning classification of R3, multiple family high density residence district, would align with the goals of the comprehensive plan, and residential uses on the property are anticipated to be compatible with the surrounding land uses. So staff recommends a change in the future land use classification to high density, application of a zoning classification of R3 multifamily be applied to the annexation district, and that the annexation petition be forwarded to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Emily. So we do have a first and a second on this now. Questions or comments? Anybody have any questions for Emily or
And the developers here as
the
well.
developers here too? Yes. No? Okay, you made it too good, too easy for us. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, Emily will stay up and give us planning updates.
Great, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First thing I wanted to do is officially introduce Becky Corson. She is our new Community Development Coordinator, and she will be the Planning Commission Secretary. So you got the packet from her via email, and she's here to help support the commission. So we're very happy to have her. Also wanted to note that we talked last month about South Watson Lane being ready to be completed. It is done, and there will be a ribbon cutting this Thursday, December 5th at 3 p.m. Also, there will be a Plan Commission meeting on January 7th to consider a rezoning and alley vacation to facilitate the River Falls School District bus garage development on West Locust Street. So this was a project that was funded by the recent referendum. And then lastly, I wanted to note that the Board of Appeals received an appeal from the neighbors of the Kleist property where the special use permit was granted by Plan Commission a couple of months ago. So the Board of Appeals is tentatively scheduled to meet on January 2nd to consider that appeal. That concludes my updates. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, Emily. Anybody have any questions for Emily? Anything? No? Okay.
May I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
First and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
That might be a new record.
Yeah. You're making it too easy on us. I guess we get one that's 20 minutes long, we're all gonna be angry.
Good conversation.
Second is Board of Appeals.